Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Murdoch DeFi YouTube channel. And in today's video, we're going to be doing an update on Multinode Finance. If you remember, I talked about them here on the channel a few weeks back prior to them launching. However, they did just recently launch, so I wanted to take a look about how things have been going for them. Again, this is a like a node protocol that offers effectively be 1 to 2% per day as far as returns go on the nodes that you create. This is a node protocol that I would say is kind of similar in some ways to Cubo, where you're providing equal parts the M node, which is their token, and USDC, which is a stable coin. So that is how that works. If we look at the price of M node here, since it launched on the 30th April, so not too long ago, right? So just a few days ago, it launched. The price has been pretty, I mean, it hasn't fluctuated too much. I think it launched here at $1.80, somewhere around there. We're currently set at 215. The all-time high was about 260. So still very, very early on in this protocol's lifespan. As you can see here, only 104 nodes have actually been created. So what I wanted to do today was look at their dashboard. I'm actually going to hop in and buy a couple of these nodes myself, because I think that this is potentially a good entry point for me personally. As we all know, what we talk about in these videos is not financial advice, so make sure that you're doing your own research as it pertains to anything that we talk about on the channel. Sure, you could use my videos as kind of stepping stones into doing your own research, but just make sure that you're not just watching YouTube videos and blindly aping into things, because at the end of the day, you are the one that is responsible for pressing the accept button on MetaMask and jumping into any of the protocols that we talk about here on the channel. Before we jump into it, though, please make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel here. If you are new, you're also going to want to make sure that you hit the notification bell, as a lot of the videos, if not every single video, is very time sensitive, meaning the sooner that you're notified when I release new content, the better in terms of opportunities that you could potentially take advantage of, right? That being said, they have made some updates to certain things within their taxation system. So that's what I also wanted to go over since our last video. This is some stuff that had changed. But yeah, guys. So again, 104 nodes created, a stable return. Multinode Finance pays a daily return per node that's effectively been 1% and 2% per day. Right now, depending on the different types of nodes, is going to dictate your return on investment, right? So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different types of nodes. Obviously, the smaller the nodes, right? You can get in with one M node, which is currently $2.17, and $2.50 USDC. That creates one of these M nodes, right? And you get a 1% ROI a day, all the way down to the I node, which requires 100 M node tokens and 250 USDC tokens. That pays out 4 M node per day, effectively 2% return on investment per day. Again, this is on the AVAX ecosystem, but let's look at these taxes that they have updated, right? So when we're looking at buy tax, you're looking at 0% tax, right? Sell tax starts at 30% on day 0, winding all the way down to 10% at day 60. And then it stays at that 10% from day 60 onwards until the life of the protocol, right? All taxes go to the burn address. This is something that helps the protocol in the long run. They do have a transfer tax as well. That is the same as the sell tax, so just keep that in mind. Also, those taxes go to the burn address as well. And then the claim tax is 0%. There is a maintenance fee of 15 USDC per wallet paid once in 30 days, which this feature will be added shortly after launch. That's what they claim. They have KYC'd with Assure DeFi. So lots of cool things coming from them. They also have a pretty impressive roadmap if you wanted to take a look at that. But primarily what I wanted to be focusing on today is jumping into their dashboard and actually grabbing a couple of these nodes, right? So for one thing, the dashboard is really impressive. I really appreciate the time that went into this. But essentially, all you have to do is you can come in and click this button here, buy some of these end notes. It's going to take you to Trader Joe. It's going to pop up the token right there, and then you'll be able to purchase some of those M node tokens. And then you can also be able to buy USDC if you do not currently have any USDC. Once you have both of those tokens, you have your M node and you have your USDC. And based on the type of node that you want to get, this is going to require a certain amount of USDC and a certain amount of M nodes. So just keep that in mind once you're buying them. Again, there's no tax on buying them, which is nice. I feel like giving all of the auto staking protocols that we've been talking about here on the channel as of recently, that's kind of nice for once not to have any buy tax on something. So all you do once you have both those tokens here, you go to buy nodes, and then you can select which nodes you want. Obviously, this is going to be the lowest cost one all the way up to the highest. I'm going to go ahead and grab two of these guys. So you just hit or select the number of nodes that you do want, hit save, hit continue, and then you're going to have to approve these. You're going to have to approve your USDC and approve your M node as well. And this gives you the values of how many M node you're going to need and how much USDC that you're going to need. Okay, so as those transactions go through, again, I did purchase two of those nodes, so we'll just wait until that goes through. But essentially, for me, I think what makes me want to jump into this, obviously, if we look at the price action, again, this is still relatively early. 40K thousand or $48,000 market cap, 23K in liquidity. So the potential for upside is very high. Granted, there's a couple things that factor into it also, right? Because the potential for the downside is there as well. Given the current market sentiment, which is just crazy right now. If you guys have heard of what happened with crypto.com yesterday, and that just kind of adds to it. Crow's down like 25% in the last 2 weeks. Just a bunch of crazy stuff. I think Bitcoin is down like 15%. Ethereum's down like 21%. So all in all, the overall market sentiment is not good. So for me, instead of looking for more degen plays, like during these times in the market, for me, I'm just looking at more passive income plays. And I think that if we look back to when Cubo nodes first launched, it was kind of at this same point when I got into it, and it did extremely well. Granted, it now that time has progressed and we are where we're at now, Cubo has not done so well as of right now. But that being said, catching these types of plays early is definitely something that I look out for in terms of like different passive income plays. Obviously, this is a passive income play because it prints you these M nodes tokens. But at the end of the day, this is another protocol that relies on new investors coming into it. So that's something that if that is something that bothers you, or puts you on guard, or is too risky for you, then that's totally fine as well. You know what I mean? But the point is that you have to have those indicators in place for you, because everybody's risk tolerances are different, right? For me, I think that I'm okay jumping into way riskier plays, but that's just me. Again, it just goes back to your individual risk tolerance and how you see that working out for you in the future. I'm completely okay putting a little bit of money into a protocol in hopes of it doing well, but I'm also okay with it doing not well, right? So that's just for me. I'm only putting in what I can afford to lose, and that's how I choose to navigate these types of protocols, or really, anything in the crypto and DeFi space for that matter. So hopping back over to the dashboard here, you can see my nodes that I have two of these of like the largest ones, the I nodes. Daily rewards 8 M nodes per day, currently printing $16 per day. But in theory, what I would like to see happen is that this price comes up more, and then we would essentially be earning more money for the same amount of nodes here, right? So that is what I'm hoping happens, and we will see how it goes. Of course, what I would like to do, since I don't do this very often, in like making these update videos. I know we did it for High Point, which is very, very unfortunate. So what I would like to do is create, continuing update videos on how this goes, because just from my understanding of talking with the developers, talking with the team, I think it has a pretty good potential. So I will continue to keep you guys updated on how this pans out for me. By no means am I telling you guys to invest into Multinode. If you want to just sit back and see how it pans out for me, I'm more than happy to be the guinea pig for everybody as well. That being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning into today's video, and we'll catch you on the next one.